In this episode, I'm going to create a themed project from an archetype. So I'll start off by creating a project with an app and a theme module from the archetype, which is a project template. Then I'll import the project into my Eclipse IDE. After that, I'll start up and debug the application. So to get started, I'm going to go to the guides and I'm looking for getting started for GXT Maven archetypes. And I can scroll down. What I'm looking for is the themed module archetype. So I'm looking for a basic application with custom theme module archetype. And the theme base is Triton. And in the template, it's called Tritium, just to show that you can rename the theme. So what I want to do is copy the command that is best suited for my OS, and that's for Nix, and because I'm on a Mac. So I'm going to copy this here. And what I want to do is copy it. And then I'm going to go to my terminal and paste it in. So I'm in my working directory that I'm going to create the project. So I'm going to paste it in. And it'll ask me a couple things here after it downloads a couple bits. So the group ID is, I'm just going to say my themed sandbox. I'm not going to worry about how I name my Maven group ID for now. My themed sandbox. And then I'm going to hit enter for default before selecting 1.0 snapshot as the default. And then what I want to do for the package name, let me name the package com.gockat sandbox. Okay, so that's my sandbox project. And then I'm going to hit enter. And then it wants me to confirm the attributes I gave to the archetype generator. So I'm going to hit enter for just confirming that. And it's successfully built. So the next step is to go to Eclipse, and then I'm going to import that project that I just built. Okay, so I have a previous project open, so I'm going to minimize or close those editors. And what I want to do is right click and then go import. And what I want to do is select Maven here and import existing Maven projects. So I'm going to go to the directory I generated that project into, and that is in my training directory, and that is under GXT, my theme sandbox. And I'm going to select open. And there's three modules: the root, the parent, the theme, and the application. So I'm going to select on finish, and I should see a few more generate over here. So the very first thing I need to do is in my theme sandbox project is right click on the root and go debug as or run as. In this case, I always like to click on debug as by default. So I'm going to go debug as Maven install. I can click on run as well. This will just execute the Maven install in the console of the IDE, which is an easy way to generate the install. So what it's doing here is building the theme and setting up the project. So there's a generated source in the directory of the theme, and that path will get added here in a moment. Okay, it's compiling the project now. I might as well just go through this. I don't actually have to complete the compile, but I'll just follow through the process. Just make sure everything is set up correctly to start with. Okay, excellent. It finished compiling. So now the next step is I'm going to minimize. I'm going to make the bottom view a little bit smaller now. I don't need it as big. So I'm going to right click on the project and just refresh it. And this will, okay, so that corrected the source path and finished the initialization of the project. So the next step is I'm going to right click on the application and go debug as an embedded Jetty web server. So I'm going to run GWT development mode with Jetty. And this will launch the code server or super dev mode and push the bits to an embedded web server. So, okay, it's ready. So I'm going to double click on it and launch it. So my goal here is to verify it's working properly. And in the next episode, I'll show you how to edit the theme. Excellent. So it works. So I have just built a project with a sample theme, and that's in this theme directory. So if I just open up the theme directory, I'll just review the pieces here. So the target generated source is where the theme gets generated. And in the source directory, I can override the appearances, and there's a theme module. I'll talk about that in the next episode a little bit more. Under source main resources, here's the theme properties. This is what's used to generate the theme. And then in the application module, So the application module contains the application source where I do my business logic. Here's the entry point for GWT. And I just have a simple widget that is a text button, and it gets added to the root panel. So then, and there's one more module, which is the parent module, which just contains a POM XML and has two modules, the children, application and theme, which are these here, application and theme. So in the next episode, I'll show how to edit the theme and show the workflow for that. So this concludes this episode. Thanks for watching today. Follow me for more tips and tricks on GXT, and I'll catch you later.